Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining me. I am the real lovely C. So nice to see you here today. Today we're here to talk about Sister Season 4, Episode 9. And I am your host, the real lovely C. Just so you know, we have only one more episode to go with Sisters. I'm waiting on my co-host Ebony. And as soon as she get in the room, we can start this live, honey. Yes. So like I said, we only have one more episode. The last episode has already played. So if you want to go ahead on and watch that, you can go ahead on and watch that and get started on that one. So you can be ready for this last and the season finale for episode 10. Ebony has not gotten in the room yet. Here she comes.
Hi.
Hey.
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 How are you?
How are you? Well, how are you?
All right.
All right.
So I hear feedback.
I hear feedback
on your end.
on your end.
You have the TV
You have
on.
the TV on. It's down.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm getting feedback.
I'm getting feedback.
How about go out
Go
and
out
come back
and come
in?
back
Something's
in.
not
Something's
right.
not right.
I'm getting nothing but echo.
Nothing but echo.
Okay. So I don't know what's going on with that one. So the title of this one is the counterpunch. Okay, it's the counterpunch. Single Black women navigate their own complicated love lives. And that's basically what we got Ebony back. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, I don't hear any feedback, so be good. Okay, so the whole research is it's a single Black woman navigates their complicated love lives, careers, and their friendships, and that's all we've been bringing you with this whole season. And like I said, this is the next week will be the season finale. You can catch it for season finale because it aired this Wednesday. We're just one behind because I took last week off from Sisters. Okay, so it started off Zach's at home and Gary assistant Jake just dropped off some paperwork for him. Then into the police to lock Zach up. The police not telling Zach why he's being locked up. She didn't know. She didn't know who the judge was. She claimed she knew nothing, but did inform him that he would be going to jail. What do you think about that?
It's all BS. It seemed like a setup.
Right. But being that I have seen the season finale, and I am trying to not give the season finale up yet. It ain't as bad as I thought it would be. I thought it would have something to do with all this wealth that he had going on. But
Yeah.
it's going to be a shocker. And I don't mind even saying it. And when he finds out why he's being locked up, it's for um child support for a new child that's 3 years old, and they've been looking for him, and he don't know who this woman is. Who's that baby Hopper? Who that baby? Because who that baby mama? He don't know who that baby mama. I got some new sound effects, so yeah, I'm having fun.
Oh,
So who
God.
that? So who that baby mama Hopper? So who that baby daddy? So anyway, the where was I? He's being locked up. She didn't know. The judge knows. She claims she knew nothing, but did inform him he would be going to jail. But get this, the lady that was in Karen's shop who said she wasn't the police happened to be the one who locked Zach up. He asked Gary assistant Jack to please call Fatima. And he didn't call Fatima after he found out that
Mm,
the reason why he didn't call Fatima was because it's for back child support. And don't nobody know nothing about this baby. And it ain't got nothing to do with this money. So it's just a whole lot going on. Y'all, when you come in the room, please hit that like button. I want to thank all the subscribers, the new subscribers. But if you please hit the like button, say hello in the chat if you don't mind. Let me know that you're thinking about us. But we're gonna get back into this story, honey. So he asked Gary Jake to call Fatima. Fatima brings coffee for her and Andy in the office. And Andy go on and tell her how much she loves this penthouse Gary bought for her. And she got a chance to sleep there for the night, and said the realtor would be there at lunchtime for her to sign the paperwork. Fatima gets up and go to her office and bring back this rubber band ball. And it stands for whenever you're trying to get out of a relationship, you should pull a band off to remind you of all the ish that you've been through. So, what do you think about this tactic? She got this tactic. She read a book on this tactic. Okay, it's a rubber ball. It's a ball made out of rubber bands.
yeah.
And every time you think you're going to stay with him and you trying to leave him, pull off a rubber band to
Yeah.
remind you of all the bad stuff that he's done to you. And that is a psychiatrist had to come up with that.
Yeah.
A psychiatrist had to come up with that. Hold on for so yeah, so can you hear me?
I can.
Okay. So a psychiatrist, I believe, came up with that. I thought that that was a real good some real good advice. You know, I
It could
thought that was
also
some
be
real.
something like a stress ball for her as well. So just think of all
Mm-hmm.
that bad stuff to make you think, oh nah, he ain't worth going forward with because he did all of this bad stuff to me.
He did this, he did that. He had the women in the house. He almost had fellatio done to him. He had another woman in the bed, in her bed at that. All this happened in her apartment, you
Enough rubber
know.
bands
So
slipped off.
so basically all those rubber bands on that ball would be gone, you
Mm-hmm.
know. But anyway, women we women and men, they go through it in relationships, domestic. Women are not the only ones that go through domestic violence or mental violence. You have men that go through the same thing because they put up a lot of verbal mentalness through women also too. So it goes both ways. You understand what I'm saying? I see you smiling at me. You know, I just call it like I call it like I see it. You don't want nobody talking to you this type of way because it becomes a pattern. And when it becomes a pattern, and it it is now it's mental abuse. It turns into mental abuse because now you twitching up and now you're not comfortable going home. Now you don't want to be at home and now you just want him or her gone. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
just because you bring me a present or you bring me a rose. Women, don't go crazy just because your man bring you roses or flowers home all the time. Because sometimes when he's bringing you flowers, it's because he'd have done something wrong.
Yep.
You know,
Absolutely.
that's how I feel about that. It's a way of covering up. So, these are women that has gone through things in their relationships, and men go through the same thing. you know you'd have cursed him out and now you ready to buy him a brand new pair of cufflinks or a pair of Jordans. That don't make up for the verbal
Abuse.
the verbal abuse that you've already used.
Yeah.
How about I'm sorry and meaning it, and think before you speak the next time or walk away. I'm gonna have to put him on mute. That's not professional. But anyway, she read a book. She read a book on it, and it helped her. Andy asked her, did he have one for Zach? Did she have a ball for Zach? And Fatima said, she don't need rubber bands for Zach. She really loved him, and it's so much more. Andy commended her on how she handled herself with Karen. Fatima said that that's Zach's baby, and they would get do right by her. And Andy assisted that is Zach baby, because she didn't like the part when Fatima said if that's Zach's baby and that they
Mm-hmm.
are going to get a paternity test, because
Mm-hmm. Karen's still her
women,
friend.
Karen is still her friend, and she did sleep with two men
She
almost
did.
back to back, with which one was in the closet at the beauty parlor, and while the other man just sat there and waited for them to finish. I don't know if that was the preacher side or what size that was.
Oof.
Cause he better than I was. I would have just walked out the door, walked on out. I would have walked. I would have walked on out the door. So y'all, as y'all can see, Sisters has been hot and juicy this season. It has been very interesting this season. Stuff that happened that I would have never thought that would have happened on it. So, like Fatima said, if that is Zach baby, they would do right by her and um assist the baby. But Fatima let Andy know that Karen had been with someone else around the same time. And that Zach told her. So now Andy knows who that other person was. She knows it's Aaron.
Mm-hmm.
See, she didn't know that Zach had told her that. Fatima said she want to be the mother of Zach's babies and could understand what that means, while and can understand what that means. What you got to say about that, Ebony?
I mean, ultimately, you want to be your significant other's only baby mama / wife and everything, but it don't happen that way. I mean, life happens, right? So you accept it. So this happened before they were together, like officially. So if it is his baby, then of course she'll be there to support. Whereas if it ain't his baby, then they gonna go do them, and she'll be that only baby mama / girlfriend / future wife.
Now with this other allegation
Well,
coming with $37,000 in back child support. Woo! Now we only we're going to see the rest of that play out in the next episode. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
But see, they was on a break, and Fatima and Zach was on a break. So this is when that happened. So it's
No, they
not
wasn't
that
officially yet.
right. They wasn't official yet. So this is when this happened.
Mm-hmm.
So Fatima handled it very, very mature. She handled it very mature. So I commend Fatima, because Fatima she acts the way that we supposed to act, but then you see we have two characters. We got Karen and we got Fatima, and they're two different personalities. And both of them in love with Zach, the old Zach, the new Zach, and it's all the same Zach. It just took one person to bring that out of that goodness, that extraness, and show him around, because it was her that introduced him to the other side of the business with the carpenter, and for
Right.
ex offenders and all that. She showed him that, and how to flip houses and make money and things like that. So and he did good with his investments. Okay, so let's move right along. Meanwhile, at the bank, Sabrina wanted to know why Q was at the bank. Now Q is out of jail now. That showed up at the man's job, standing there, scared the daylights out of Maurice. What my sound effects out? And when I say she's scared, he's scared, Maurice. He scared the daylights out of Maurice. I mean, scared the daylights out of Maurice. Yes, Maurice let let her know that Q was out of prison and he had made a deal with the DA. Maurice tried to tell Sabrina he's a good guy, but he's scared. Danny was hiding from the Danny was hiding from the police officer. Let me back this up. So let's go back to Q and Maurice. He gives the DA, the parole people, the probation people, Q address as his home address. Laid up in this man's bed, butterball naked, greasy, hard to resist. Maurice cannot take this now. But what is he going to do? What is he going to do about him using his address? He's going to have to intervene because Sabrina said they tried to fire him, and because they said they might have thought he had something to do with it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you know,
Maurice, he wants to he wants to be with Q, but he don't want to be with that Q because he's done so much harm to him. But he really don't even care about him using his address, honestly. But he know everybody else gonna say some stuff, and he don't want to hear nobody else's mouth about all of that stuff that's going on. Only thing he need to do if it's really that important, then if he just need to call his PO. Call his PO, tell him he don't live here, but he don't want to see him go back to jail either. So that's another thing. So it's like his hands is tied.
correct. You said a mouthful. All right. So Danny was hiding from the police office. She was at the they got the trafficking police officer that's in the airport, and Danny stood him up to go on a date. Well, to go to dinner with with Andy, and she stood him up on their date. He told Danny if she got to know him, she would really like him. Danny gets a call from Andy to meet with her to talk to her at the Olive Bar. And this is the second time she'd have stood this man up. And only she would be the only one at this dinner that they was having. Andy was going to offer her. She thought that Andy was going to offer her the condo. She wanted to know if Andy wanted to call the rest of the girls. She told her no, she only wanted to talk to her. But when Andy gets to the bar, Danny had already ordered drinks and wanted the truth from Danny on what she should do with the penthouse. Sabrina's at work, and the other guy got in a fight with her. We'll come back to that because that's another topic. So, what do you think about her just wanting to talk to Danny? Because I think she just basically wanted to talk to Danny instead of the rest of the girls, because everybody else says no to Gary. And although she feels the same way, she can be honest with her and be realistic at the same time. What do you think about Danny in response to that?
Yeah, I think that she 1 second. I think that she knows that Danny will keep it real with her, and that she'll let her, like, she'll give her the real truth, but she'll also let her know that, I mean, he's giving you all this stuff. If you really love this man, just go for it. But you got to keep in the back of your mind that this was the man that did hurt you all these times. She was trying to get an affirmation from Danny to go ahead with it, basically, is what she was doing.
Exactly. So Sabrina's at work, and Calvin and the guy that Calvin got in a fight with over he went back to the branch to find her, to apologize to her. And I can't think of his name right now, but he owns like 9 of these restaurants. The last guy that Calvin got in a fight with, and he asked her out. But while at the bank, he wanted to make a withdrawal, but Sabrina didn't have that much cash in the bank. Maurice wanted to see his account information and begged Sabrina to go out with him, or he would. Sabrina begged him to stay away from Q. Fatima called Zach. She's been trying to reach him all day. So what do you think about that? This guy, the the guy that Calvin got in a fight with.
I think that Sabrina is just trying to leave her options open. Calvin don't know what he want to do at this point, so she's trying to see what can this guy bring to the table. And he got money, so let me see what he all about. Although Sabrina's not all about that money. For her, she's not all about that. Now, if this was Andy, then it'll be a different story. But with Sabrina, she's not all about that. She wants to be happy. And if she can be happy and have someone that love her for her, then she'll go with that route.
Yeah, so that's gonna turn the cheeks to the other, turn things to the other way. So Fatima leaves a message that she's going to head over to the house. Aaron stopped by. Okay, that she's going to head over to the house. But Aaron stopped by Karen to check on her to see if she had made an appointment to see the doctor. She told him she's trying to get an appointment. She was in a mood. Pam let Karen know that Aaron was in the car crying. She told him, I know you want this to be your baby, but it's not. She want him to go on with his life. They are better off as friends, but Aaron disagreed. What do you think about that?
Man, she need to leave Zach alone. Go to Aaron. Aaron ain't trying. He's trying to be that helpful man that's trying to support her, whether she basically wants him or not. Go for that man. Do what you gotta do. Like, this man's over here crying. You don't see men cry often. So for him to cry, he wants her, and she's pushing him away. It's gonna get to a point that he gonna get fed up and say F you. Forget it. That's how I feel.
And he's not only that, he's willing to take he's willing to be with her whether it's his child or not. He even making a point that knows the chief of staff at the gynecologist to get that. He's been doing some math. You know, he don't care if it's his baby or not. He just wants to be a father of the baby, and he will take care of that child if it's his. If that means adopting it, whatever. The same way it would be with Fatima and Zach.
Exactly.
You know, it's over between you and Zach. You know, it's over. And for, you know, even though this new baby, this 3-year-old they come about, Fatima gonna be the same way. But right now, Fatima think it's Hayden. This caused him to be in jail. So we're
Yep.
not gonna be able to see that until next season.
Yep.
So Andy calls Gary and let him know um she want her things back in her apartment, but Gary wants more. And then start rolling. Then she start crying and start rolling off the rubber bands, one by one, one band at a time, one after one. And she realizing how much this man has hurt me. And on top of that, she gets a call from the guy in the jet. What's the guy in the jet name?
Robin.
Now Robin on his way back to town, and he wants to see her. He wants to see her, and he could hear it in
And
her
her
voice
voice. Yep.
that she's either been with Gary or if Gary's been around. You understand what I'm saying? Or Gary to make some type of move in
Yeah.
this short little time, you know. So the rubber band ball that Fatima gave her, Fatima ran into, you know, so her rubbing the rubber throwing all those rubber bands off really made her take a look at everything else. So let's get into Fatima ran into Hayden in the garage and they had a conversation in the garage about her and Zach and how they are even now since Hayden threw the first punch. And if it happens again, it would be the worst. It would be worse on him. And okay, so what do you think about that?
Fatima just giving him fair warning. Leave me and my man alone, or you're gonna be worse than you were the last time. You lucky you're still alive.
And
Basically.
you're walking, and you're walking.
Yep.
So next time it may not be. This is a television show, okay? This is a television show. This is not real life. This is a television show. It's called Sistas. Okay, because there's certain keywords that you use that they pick up and it ain't nothing. But anyway, it would be, I'd have got lost where I was. So hold on. Andy pulls up to Karen's job in a new car. Pam said, "Damn, Andy, you are balling like that." Pam said, "You should be a lawyer." Karen walks in and wanted to know if she was keeping the car. She told her that she sent both the car and the penthouse, and she was going to give Gary all his money back. Bud was going to have dinner with him. But now Zach assistant, okay, we're gonna come get back. I'm gonna get back with that. I like the fact that Andy showed even though she didn't buy that car, and Pam said she need to go back to school to be a lawyer, showing you that you can do anything that you really put your mind to it. And even though she didn't buy that car, Pam could probably get her somebody to buy
We know
to get
that.
her up. How Pam is to buy her car. But I like her. I like the way Andy talked to her, letting her know that if you work hard at it, you can do anything that you want to do with a little hard work.
Yeah.
So Jake showed up with the lawyer. um and Jake still haven't called Fatima. The lawyer showed Zach his charges, and Zach couldn't believe them, and he goes off. But just so you would know, the charges was not about child. It was about child support from 3 years ago. Knowing nothing about that, he didn't know nothing about that. And that's why Jay didn't call Fatima, because he didn't want to tell him, once he found out what the charges were, that it was over. He would rather had told her it was over the
The
bit,
money issue. Yeah.
the money issue, you know, because he
Yeah,
had
that
brought the
should come
numbers
from him
over.
and not anyone else.
Right. But it had just looked funny the way it had played out. How he said, when Hayden had left the office, man, just keep the heat on him. So when he
Mm.
told him, let me know when you get to the office, then the police just show up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Automatically, I thought that they was locking him up because of the money issues,
Right.
from his betting, but it had nothing to do with that. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So, it has something to do with, like I said, it has something to do with child support from some woman that he ain't never heard of. And for the past 3 years, he's been in a relationship with Karen. So, not saying that, and she live in a different state. And Zach had been in and out of jail during this time. So if I'm not mistaken, when he came home, he's been with Karen, and he's been working at the airport, making minimum wage and whatever. And I need to go back and watch, like, the first episode, the second episodes, to really see how their relationship really was. Y'all, if y'all have a DVR, y'all can go back and look at some of the old episodes. We in season 4. We have one more episode left, which just aired this Wednesday. So you can go ahead on and look at it, and we're gonna review it next Sunday. We'll review it next Saturday or next Sunday, one or the other. I'll put up the notifications to let you on. That'll be the season finale. But if you have a DVR, go back and look at season 1 and season 2, because you can kind of see how this story has unfolded over the time. Because I got into it. I saw a little bit of in season 2 and just glanced at it. And I seen it again at my daughter's house. And from there, I said, oh, this is what I had watched at her house. And that's how I got into it. So Sistas is very good. Y'all, don't forget to hit the like button, share this video, leave a comment if you care. Let me know what you think about this episode, and how would you have handled some of the things that's going on. I'm going to So I have been your host. I am the Real Lovely C. Please like and subscribe. I want to thank all my subscribers, day ones and new ones. And thank you to my co-host, Ebony, for rocking with me, who's my daughter. Y'all, it took some persuading. I'm trying to get her to do something else. I'm trying, you know. I might gotta wait a couple of weeks, and I probably gotta go over there and do some begging and stuff. But it's all worth if I could get her to do another show. But y'all, I got some more stuff planned, and I will be covering Love and Marriage in Huntsville. That's coming next Saturday. So make sure y'all watch that also. I will give y'all the reminder on that one also. So yes, y'all, this is the end of the show. Again, I am the real Lovey C, and you are.
I'm Ebony.
And I'm going to play my outro. And y'all, I catch y'all on the next video. Y'all have a good one. Bye-bye.
Bye.